We need to find a way to get in good trouble, necessary trouble, if we're going to save America.
This is Paige. Welcome to the Necessary Trouble Show. Here's your host, my dad, Russell Fugett.
Good morning, getting ready to take off, heading up to Philadelphia. Don't have an exact location yet, but I'm excited to get up there and be of service on this election day and make sure that voters can get to the polls as a non-partisan voter assistant, not a poll watcher. So, about to hit the road. We'll see how the day unfolds as we go. All right, so I made it to downtown Philly, about to get my bearings. It's kind of an interesting scene out here. Sheriff's, office on the corner. I think everybody's, I guess bracing for the unknown of the day and what it will bring. I've seen some news cameras, news crews, so now I'm gonna get my bearings and figure out where I'm gonna go serve today. And I'm here at the Cyree Morris Recreation Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And this morning, apparently, people were lined up down the street all the way around the corner to vote. So the word is in Philadelphia is that this morning it was the polling locations were packed. People were in line at 8 a.m. ready to vote this morning all over the city. Apparently the word is that in 2008 there was enthusiasm. In 2012 there was enthusiasm. In 2016 not so much. And in 2020 election officials, apparently, this is word of mouth on the street, saying that the polling numbers of voters is back up. And that's on top of having early voting and mail-in voting, which really did not exist, as I understand it, in Pennsylvania previously. It's been old people, young people. One mother pulled up in double park. Her daughter went in, she went in, her son got the back seat, and they went in, then they left. So people are coming with families. An older gentleman bought an elderly woman, looks like his mom, dropped her off. He parked, went in, they went in and voted together, came back out and left. So it's been a lot of young people coming, older people, all generations coming, almost exclusively African American here in this part of West Philly, where I'm located right now. I had a young dude drop by and say, "Hey, yo, when did the polls close tonight?" I said, 8 o'clock. He said, 8? I said, yeah, 8. He said, great, I'll be back. I gave him a thumbs up. So it's just been beautiful to be out here, to be a blessing to the people here in Philly, and just so excited to bring this to you on Necessary Trouble Show. I'll check back a little later and give you an update on how things are going here as I keep this diary rolling here at the Cyree Morris Center. Oh, and one other thing, they have 2 polling locations. The Lutheran Church back there is also a polling location. There's 700 polling locations in Philadelphia. So a lot of accessibility is very unique from what I've understood, that you have 2 polling places so close. So I've had to help some people to get directed. Are looking for the church, they're looking for the rec center, and they can go into either one. And some people have gone back and forth in terms of figuring out where to go. Somebody was not at either polling location and was able to get help by some other people who were here. Apparently there have been thousands of people, volunteers, who've come from the Democratic Party, from surrounding states, New York, New Jersey, etc. Now people to come from as far away as Boston, coming to Pennsylvania. So there's a lot of energy, at least on the Democratic side, that I've seen today. In the spirit of Imago Dei and God's image, everybody has a right to participate in the franchise. And that's what makes this country so great and so wonderful. So I'm just blessed to be on the street and be a peaceful, loving presence today. Much more to come. It's been a couple hours since the last part. It's about 3 o'clock now. Sun's gone behind the clouds. Temperatures dropped, but it's a lot of activity out here. Not a lot of voters. It's still pretty slow. We're going to have more voters. They're saying after 4 o'clock, people get off work, etc. Behind me is a high school, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's a COVID testing site. It's right behind me. People a drive-through COVID testing site. So just to bring you back to 2020 and the implications and why I'm wearing a mask and everybody out here is wearing a mask. COVID is impacting this community here in Philly. So we'll just see. So far, no irregularities. A lot of interesting people coming through, other nonpartisan people. Shout out to the nice lady rabbi who came from Westchester, who heard of Joseph R. Fugett Middle School. We talked about that. She knows kids who've gone to Fugett Middle, my great-grandfather's namesake school in Westchester, PA. So it's cool to have her come also as a nonpartisan poll watcher, person of faith through the Poor People's Campaign. So it's just great to see and be a part of this today. So the temperature's dropping. There are a few of us who are out here, poll watchers and other people with a couple of the local campaigns. And we're just kind of waiting, expecting that things will pick up a little bit when people get off work in a few hours. So we're staying warm, and we're just being here and pulling for democracy on this election day 2020. Got that beautiful Philadelphia sunset behind me here in West Philadelphia, and been a quiet afternoon as evening descends upon us. There's about a little less than 3 hours to go before the polls close here in Philadelphia at 8 p.m. I spent some time inside just staying warm and chatting with the poll workers who are in there and some of the other people who observed. Someone from their Ed Randell's political network came in to collect some information and just to get a sense of what the vote was looking like. And been able to talk to some of the other poll workers and just kind of listen to the chit chat of the voters coming and going. And one guy came in and said he hadn't voted in 16 and didn't want to vote this year, but knew he had to pick somebody. So by and large, it's been clear that people in Philadelphia, and particularly in the black community here, know what time it is and know how important it was to vote. I'm still hearing more stories about some of the things that unfolded here this morning. People getting frustrated because they were at the wrong polling location, had to go get back in line and wait, and risk being late to work. And kids are out of school, of course, even virtual school today, so other routines are disrupted from normal. So people have made sacrifices today to vote, and I'm just so proud of people and to hear what's going on across this country and to play a small part in it today. It's been really heartening. I have a couple people say to me they were glad to have my presence as someone who's a peaceful supporter, that if there was something to pop off, that someone like me could be here to bring a spirit of peace and at least hold the line until support could come. Luckily for all of us, it's been a very uneventful day in that regard. I'm just grateful. So I'm gonna ride it out here as the sun sets behind me. A few more hours to go before the polls close, and then I'll head home and give one more wrap up to today's diary. Just wrapped it up. It's about 10 minutes till the polls close. And so we just got the job done, and everybody was very grateful that I was here to provide a peaceful presence for Election Day. Nothing to report, no irregularities. Everything went really smoothly, and it's just been a blessing to be here. I just remember, I think one of the last times I was in Philly was for the 2016 convention, and it's great to be back on this day, on this historic day, and just to remember that the vote is so important. It was important to John Lewis, who, of course, we were inspired to name this program after. And it's just truly a unique thing that we have here in this country to be able to vote, to elect our leaders that we can hold accountable in government. So it's just been an amazing day. And I'll share some other thoughts perhaps to wrap up. But I hope you guys are enjoying this journal, this diary. And I hope everyone got to the polls today. Now,
thanks for watching The Necessary Trouble Show. Please visit necessarytroubleshow.com to support the show and to learn more. Subscribe to our e-newsletter and podcast, and follow us on social media at Necessary Trouble Show.
Good job, Daddy. This is Paige. Thanks for watching.